12th century was a time of great change. From 1101 to 1200 AD, the world was reshaped by wars, religions, and powerful people. This period, nestled in the heart of the Middle Ages, saw the rise and fall of empires. It witnessed the clash of cultures, and it gave birth to legacies that still resonate today. Imagine a world without cars or phones. People traveled by foot, animal, or boat. News spread slowly, carried by travelers or messengers. Yet, despite these limitations, the 12th century was a dynamic period. It was an age of faith and fervor, of conquest and conflict. This map shows us a world divided. In Europe, kingdoms like France and England were taking shape. The Holy Roman Empire held sway over much of Central Europe. Meanwhile, in the East, the Byzantine Empire, a remnant of ancient Rome, still held on to power. The Islamic world, stretching from Spain to India, was also experiencing change. From the Abbasid Caliphate in Baghdad to the Fatimid Caliphate in Egypt, powerful dynasties ruled over vast territories. The 12th century would see these powers challenged and changed forever. One of the most significant events of the 12th century was the Crusades. These religious wars initiated by the Pope in Rome saw Christian armies from Europe march east, their goal to reclaim the Holy Land, particularly Jerusalem, from Muslim rule. The First Crusade, launched in 1099, had resulted in the establishment of Crusader states in the Levant. These included the Kingdom of Jerusalem, the County of Tripoli, the County of Edessa, and the Principality of Antioch. The 12th century saw these Crusader states struggle to survive against a resurgent Islamic world. The Crusades weren't the only conflicts shaping the 12th century. In North Africa, a powerful Berber empire, the Almoravids, began to crumble. They were challenged by another Berber dynasty, the Almohads, who swept across Morocco and Spain. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, a new power was emerging, the Zengids. Centered in Mosul, the Zengids, under their leader Zengid, began to unify Muslim forces against the Crusader states. The Zengids' rise marked a turning point in the Crusades, signaling a more unified Muslim response to the Christian presence in the Holy Land. Out of this tumultuous landscape rose a remarkable figure, Saladin. Born in 1137, Saladin was a Kurdish Muslim who would become a legend. He rose to prominence serving the Zengids, eventually becoming the Sultan of Egypt and Syria. Saladin was a brilliant military commander and a shrewd politician. He united Muslim forces, ending the Fatimid Caliphate in Egypt and bringing the region under his control. Saladin's greatest triumph came in 1187 at the Battle of Hattin. Here he decisively defeated the Crusader army, paving the way for the Muslim reconquest of Jerusalem. But Saladin was more than just a warrior. He was known for his chivalry, his piety, and his justice, even earning the respect of his enemies. Richard the Lionheart, King of England, who led the Third Crusade against Saladin, considered him a formidable foe but also a man of honor. Saladin's victory at Hattin sent shockwaves through Europe, prompting the Third Crusade. This massive military campaign, led by Richard I, aimed to recapture Jerusalem. Despite some initial success, the crusade ultimately failed to achieve its primary objective. The 12th century, shaped by the Crusades, the rise and fall of empires, and the leadership of figures like Saladin, left a lasting impact. It was a period of intense cultural exchange, even amidst conflict. The Crusades, for example, brought European Christians into direct contact with the Islamic world. This led to the exchange of knowledge, ideas, and goods. Arab innovations in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine found their way into Europe. Saladin's reign, though marked by conflict, also saw a flourishing of arts and culture in the Islamic world. He was a patron of scholars and artists, and his court in Damascus was a center of learning. The 12th century may be long gone, but its echoes can still be felt today. The stories of the Crusades, the rise and fall of empires, and the legacy of figures like Saladin continue to fascinate and inspire. This tumultuous century reminds us of the enduring power of faith, the impact of conflict, and the interconnectedness of our world.